It's tempting for us to view the event of the Ascension as the conclusion of Christ's earthly ministry. What seems an ending is also a beginning, and that is what we really celebrate today, the beginning. Today's feast day, the Feast of the Ascension, gives us the opportunity to reflect on God's saving power in our lives. Before Jesus ascended back to the Father, he gave the disciples the Great Commission. As the Gospel of Mark tells us, go into the world and proclaim the gospel to every creature. This means we need to be busy about sharing our faith. In a sense, he is telling them, the world is waiting for you. Go. This sending of the disciples is also in today's reading from the Acts of the Apostles. After they watched Jesus disappear into the clouds, two men in white garments appear and ask, "Men of Galilee, why are you standing there looking into the sky?" In other words, what are you waiting for? Go. There is a sense of urgency about the command of Jesus and the counsel of the heavenly messengers. The disciples were not to waste time staring up in the sky, wondering where Jesus was going and when he would return. Nor were they to look back on the days when Jesus was with them, working miracles, healing the sick, and calming the storms. There was a world waiting to be converted, and Jesus' last word to them was, go. Go and transform the world. Go and pick up those who have fallen. Go and heal those that are hurting, and go and love those who have been forgotten or neglected. And we know from the Acts of the Apostles, the letters of Paul and other disciples, and the history of the early church, they went, and great numbers came to believe in Jesus Christ as a result of their work and witness. St. Teresa of Avila said, "Christ has no body here on earth but yours now. No hands but yours, no feet but yours. Your eyes are the eyes through which Christ looks compassionately on the world. Yours are the feet with which he is to go about doing good. And yours are the hands with which he is to bless us now." Even in the midst of all our challenges and crises, God gives us the grace to remember who we are, Christ to one another. But what about us? After Mass, we will return to our homes, our families, our routines. We have appointments to keep, errands to run, and all the busyness that makes up our lives. How and where do we heed Jesus' simple command to go and proclaim the gospel? Much of the world still needs to hear and know the good news that they are loved, that they have not been forgotten by God, that they too have a place at the table. And if we who gather here day after day and week after week do not tell them, who will? We need to hear the simple command of Jesus, go. Take what you and I have received and share it with others. Christ entrusts to his disciples, all of us, the sacred responsibility of teaching others. God's limitless love, his unconditional forgiveness, acceptance of every person as his own beloved child, and our identity as God's sons and daughters and brothers and sisters to one another. Christ also calls us to bring to others forgiveness and reconciliation. He calls us to hand on the story about Jesus and his gospel of love and compassion. We can all use our gifts from God for those people who need to be cared for, supported, loved, and visited. We need to be reminded, as were the disciples, don't linger too long. Look at what lies before us. Do not dwell on the past. Get ready and go. The ascension was just the beginning, not the conclusion of the story. The rest is up to us. Remember, for everyone to add one for St. Joseph Parish. This is the Great Commission. Proclaim the good news of salvation. Through Jesus' ascension, we are given the gift of the Holy Spirit. We are shown the resurrection joy. We experience a foretaste of the banquet table in heaven whenever we feel the water of our baptismal promises. Whenever we take the body and blood in Holy Communion, we reach out and ask God to fill us with his love and grace. May we witness to those around us the joy of the gospel, the gift of the Holy Spirit, and come to the table of the Lord.